I know you're a TEDx speaker.
Yes.
Before we round up, just tell us a little about how did you get into that space? Because
So
that's a
one of the
space
things, yeah, one of the things that I realized a while ago that I do is that I declare something, right? I decide on a goal and sometimes it's even a whim, right? And I'll just say it out loud, like I'm going to do this. And
mm,
then once I say it, I create accountability, both self-accountability, but also accountability because somebody else is like, "Hey, have you done that yet? You
mm,
said you were going to do that. Like, is that happening?" And so I create this space of both myself and other people checking in and saying, "Did this happen yet?" Because I've said it out loud. And the TEDx is one of those things. I
mm,
started thinking about it. It was kind of back of mind. I did a like this upgrade your life and business challenge. And one of the things that they asked us in the program was, what are your goals for 2025, right? Like, what are the things that you're going to accomplish? And one of mine was I just said, I'm going to do a TEDx. And then once it just came out and I didn't realize I was thinking about it. I didn't realize it was a goal. I just said it. And maybe people had mentioned to me, "Oh, you should do a TED Talk." And, and I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. Right. And then once I said it, it started to feel like a real thing. And then I did a goal setting program. And in the goal setting program, again, they were asking, like, what are you going to accomplish next year? And I said, I'm going to do a TEDx. So I did some research. I went to the TED site and I did research into all of the TED organizations around me, which were the ones that I could get to really easily. And that was important because my assumption was that there was a physical component, that I was going to have to go to like a weekly rehearsal or something. And so I found the ones around me. I went to all of their websites and I signed up for their newsletters. And then that was it. I was like, okay, I've done that. And now, we'll figure it out from here. And then the first one happened and they sent me the application link. I thought about it and I thought about it. And I went in, and here's what's funny. I went in and I looked at the first two questions and it was a form. So there were questions on multiple pages, but I didn't realize that. So I looked at the first two questions and then I sat and I spent some time with it and I wrote my concept and my concept was around this idea of thriving as an outsider. And I
mm,
didn't talk about the outsider concept through the lens of neurodivergence because I wasn't there yet. At
mm,
that point, I was just thinking about all of the spaces in the world that I've occupied as an outsider and what that means for me in terms of how I show up in the world, but also what it means in terms of lessons for how other people can show up in the world.
mhm.
And so I really like workshopped the answer to this question. I sent it out for feedback and got really intentional about it. And then about 2 hours before the deadline, I was like, oh, I got to get this done
Oh my
because
gosh.
ADHD, like I need the deadline. And so I sat down and I put that answer in and I was like, okay, I'm going to be good. And then I go to the next page and there's four more questions.
Oh, no.
So these questions got no workshopping, no outside feedback, anything. It was just this intense, focused, like, how do I want to answer these questions? What does this mean to me? And I just, I got through them and submitted the application literally 2 minutes before it was due.
Are you serious?
And this is, I had an hour and a half long workshop on thriving as an outsider. I had been talking about it in the world, I had been coaching about it. So it wasn't like the content was new.
Okay.
But I definitely had to just like rapid fire, like organize it in a way to be able to answer these questions. So got that done, got it submitted. And then I got an email about a month and a half later saying that I had made it through the first round. And the next step for this application process was that they wanted us to do like a movie trailer style video. And so we were supposed to do, I think it was like a 2 to 3 minute video where we kind of jumped through some segments of what we wanted our talk to be. And so that meant thinking about, okay, now what does it look like, sort of beginning, middle, and end? What are some of the lessons that I think I want people to learn? How do I think it closes? That kind of thing. And again, last day. So I had written the script and workshopped the script and thought about what I wanted to be. And on the final day, I got up that morning and did a bunch of recording, right? All the different pieces of it repeatedly. And I said, okay, I'm ready for this. And then I went on and like did a movie marathon with a girlfriend.
Okay.
So now again, 10 p.m. and the deadline is midnight. I've got to edit this. And I had to figure out some editing techniques, and there were some things that weren't working, and of course, technical difficulties.
Tell me about
And so
it.
finally got it done and didn't process that it was going to take time to upload into YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So again, a minute before it's due, I'm hitting submit. But I work really well under pressure. That's a feature of how I show up in the world.
If you just enjoyed that video, check out the longer version right here.